Ta-da! I'm live. Hopefully I'm live. Yep, there we go. I'm not getting any bad signals. 4G and I got 3 bars. Okay, I'll go for 3 bars. Well, good morning, everybody. Back here at the McBean Farm, and another day of getting ready. Make a big breakfast and talk about some nutrition. And then later on today, I'll be out in the gym training my clients. So I don't think my Bluetooth is hooked up. Nope, it's not. Let me see if I can get that to hook up. We'll see what happens. Otherwise, I'll just talk louder. No big deal. But welcome to Scottish Fitness. Been having some pretty good workouts lately. So if I beat this or twice, it'll. There we go. Now I think I'm live. This might be better. Hopefully the audio is much better. But thanks for joining in. We're having kind of a heat wave here. I think we're going to make it up to the 30 degrees again. I think it's about 0 degrees Celsius, if I remember. No potatoes today. That was pretty heavy a meal. Kind of sluggish, maybe sluggish at first. But I did finish it all. So today I'm doing more eggs. But the same amount of bacon. And then cut my vegetables into it. I've been training a few young men for powerlifting meets. And the first thing I train them is form. Alex is just now starting. And we were doing some exercises to help him get used to going down deeper. And then my other client, Joseph, who I've now had for a couple months, his form was really good. I was really happy with it. I mean, the old ass to the grass. So I was happy to see that he was putting the work into it. So I got the bacon going, grilling medium heat. Again, collagen and shark cartilage and vitamin C and other ingredients for my joints. This really makes it easy for me to survive those heavy benches and that. Quantum, good morning. Good morning, Quantum. Where are we coming out of? What locale of the world? I don't have to take the multivitamin today because I did that earlier this morning with my glass of Fairlife milk because I wanted to pop about 20 grams of protein in real quick to get the body going first thing when I got up. MAC is for immune support, along with D3. This helps your body fight everything. It's also good for your skin. Potassium, keep myself from cramping up. But remember, also I use V8. The V8 actually has 5 times more potassium than a supplement does. Vitamin C, one of your best immune defenses. And antioxidant, I start with a dose of 2,000 milligrams in the morning, and I usually have 1,000 sometime late in the afternoon. Arginine for my blood, and NO2, magnesium for muscle repair. Supposed to help you sleep, but I found it didn't for me. A B complex helps you get more out of your food. It also helps you recover from hangovers. I heard that. Zinc, once again, for immune support. I already took the multivitamin. Sometimes I'll try to mix these up through the day, but I find on some of this is best if I do it first thing in the morning. So I got the bacon cooking. Sit there and prep on my meal. So still got a lot of the green pepper left from yesterday. I love when I'm getting these fresh from my garden. Store-bought is never going to be as good as coming out of a garden. It just can't be. But until then, this is better than nothing. You get some vitamin C out of this, vitamin K, some nice minerals and nutrients. Hey, Shane, right, how you doing? Good morning. So that, and then green onion for flavor. There's not much nutrition value here, but there is some flavor value, which I like. So what I do is while the bacon's cooking, I get these chopped up and ready to go. And then the mushrooms will be the last thing that I add, because they cook the quickest. Yesterday I had potatoes, so I realized my live stream was 40 minutes long, just because the potatoes take longer to cook. So let's talk nutrition while I'm chopping stuff up. So I really believe when people ask me for help for getting a bigger bench and getting stronger in that, first thing I talk to is nutrition. And I found about 8 times out of 10, 8% of the time, that's definitely where the program is lacking. You can't make gains if you're not feeding it. You can tear all that stuff up, but if you're not getting the nutrition into the body so it can repair the muscle you tore up during your workout, because that's what you're doing. When you're working out, you're tearing muscle, and then the muscle repairs itself, and usually is a little bit stronger and a little bit bigger. Now, there's a limit to it in that, but for the most part, if you're going to see continued development, and development takes time. People are not seeing, and haven't seen results. I've been at it for 2 weeks. Well, you're not going to. 2 weeks, you're still just being sore. These are years. Good morning, McBean. Having a protein shake myself after an early workout. Good job. Yep. That's the first thing I do after workout. I chug that shake. It's just to get me to home. As soon as I get home, I'm eating a meal. It's just that your body is really screaming for that protein right after you finish your workout. And if you're doing a longer workout, if you're working out more than 90 minutes, I would suggest maybe having a shake in between, because your body's always looking for a new source of protein. And when I did my longer workouts, I used to do that. I used to have a big jug of egg protein capsules. I took a handful before the workout. I took a handful in the middle of the workout. I took a handful after the workout. Then I fired up the grill and ate everything in the kitchen. And definitely, it was great. I mean, I really showed some huge gains right away. Anyway, the t-shirt I'm wearing today, it might be too close. I don't know how clear it is, but my daughter made this for me. When I went down to Route 29 Fitness, for my second time being down there. So, on the back of it says, I break records, and I went down there and I broke my record. I was happy with it. This time I was in a new group. I did well, but when I go down there next year, I plan on destroying it. So hopefully the lighting is well. I didn't want to turn on the overhead lights because it kind of gets me in glare. I figured this would probably be sufficient. There's a funny word. Later on today, for my lunch, I'm going to have my potato soup that I made during the week. It's a nice, heavy, calorie-rich, protein-rich. I should actually call it a stew. It's more of a stew than it is a soup. So my little toy for today. They sit there and see this axe. I just had to get it. It's Damascus steel. Got a nice cutting edge on it. More for show than anything. I wouldn't go out and chop wood with this. I have access for that. But if somebody broke in, it wouldn't be a good thing. But I just like the ups and downs. I got axes, I got swords, got knives. It's just something to collect. Some of my knives are my dress jewelry. You know, I got some nice case and buck knives that when I go out in the old cowboy setting, I have that on my side. It's just like if you would put a necklace on or fancy ring on or whatever. If you have any questions about nutrition and stuff like that, go ahead. Otherwise, let's try to cover some things. So we were covering cramps. One of the guys at the gym says, you know, he gets tendonitis here. And I told him, I said, well, you could be lifting too heavy. I said, and you're probably not getting enough potassium in your diet. And so I suggested that, you know, bananas, V8 juice. I said, because I noticed that's what does it for me. When I do a huge arm workout, that night, I start cramping here. I chug a V8, I'm good. So a lot of times if you're cramping up or you're feeling a tightness, sometimes it's a mineral thing that you just need to correct. Or you're doing an exercise wrong or you're doing it too heavy. First thing I teach people is form. You know, let's get the form correct. Worry about weight later. You know, I see too many people start throwing weight on because somebody else next to them. I had that happen at Gold's Gym years ago in Bloomington. I'm working out with young Ryan, and we're doing deadlifts. And there's a gentleman, he's probably in his 40s. I was older, but you know, he's got his new girlfriend there, and he's trying to match us every time we added weight. Well, you know, he hadn't deadlifted in 15 years. You know, and we've been deadlifting steady. So, you know, 2 plates. You know, he's doing okay at 3 plates. He's struggling. I throw 4 plates on each side, and he's sitting there shaking, and his back is really arched, and his knees are wobbling. And I finally yelled at him, "Put the damn weight down." He goes, "Well, I could do this 15 years ago." I said, "Yeah." And he says, "You might be able to do it again. You're not going to do it the first day you get back in the gym. You're just going to throw your back out." And his form was terrible, but he's trying to keep up with us. Don't do that. Just keep up with yourself. Take your time. Slow and steady wins the race. We got here Sam at Arden. Hello. Welcome to the group. Thanks for stopping in. From Turkey. Hey, that's a new one now. You were my first one from Turkey. They had India. I've had Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Netherlands, Scotland, Ireland, UK. I think so far. And then a bunch from the United States. I know probably in Turkey now, it's probably in the evening over there. But welcome to the channel. Just cooking breakfast to get ready for my workout. Now I'll be training my client later on today, so it's going to be a good 5 hours from now. So this will probably be my first meal of 3 before I actually get into the gym. Doing deadlifts with him. I'll probably do just a quick video with him on it, maybe myself, and then I'll download that on later on this evening. Sometimes I do a dinner live, but we do have a lot of potato soup left, so it might be that unless I stop at the grocery store and I have something really good on sale. That could happen. I am getting myself set up better for this stuff. Right now I'm still utilizing my computer for the camera, but I do have a camcorder and stand coming in tomorrow. And then I'll just have to do 180 kilos for 7-rep deadlift. Awesome. So 180, it's like 397 pounds for 7 reps. That's great. That's great. So next week, do 182.5 for 7. You know, Scotty Mac, never miss breakfast. I couldn't work out without it. Absolutely. Some people can, but prefer not to. Prefer to have it. If you're working out without it, you're robbing yourself. You don't have the energy to get the workout you should have. I don't care what you say. If you don't have the backup calories, you're pushing the workout through willpower alone. You don't have the energy. You don't have the backup protein and calories to start healing the muscles as you're tearing it. I think it's just a huge mistake not to have breakfast. It's called the most important meal for a reason, because it is. I mean, you know, this gets your whole day started. It gets me metabolism kicked up. You know, a lot of people say, well, I have a sweet tooth. You don't like ice cream. I like cake. Sure. Have it for breakfast. Don't have it at night before you go to bed. Have it for breakfast. Kick that metabolism up. You know, probably not the healthiest food, but if you're going to have the unhealthy food, have it when you first get up. Because then you can sit there and get that energy for your workout. So it's not only what you eat, but it's when you eat it. You eat protein constantly throughout the day. So letting that sear in the baking grease. And while that's happening, I'm going to cut up my 2 mushrooms. So yeah, breakfast absolutely important to have. If you're not having breakfast, you're robbing yourself of growth. You go to the gym and you work out and you push all this heavy weight. If you're doing all that, the preparation is just as important as the lifting. I mean, I can tell when I hit my diet for it. It shows in the gym. I don't have the energy. I'm not getting the results. And I got no one but myself to blame for that. So make sure that you're having breakfast. Make sure that you've got a good, what I would call a calorie bank before you go in there. Definitely, you'll notice that you'll be stronger. Your workout will be better. It'll be more enjoyable. So, we had some extra flavor today. I got my A1 sauce. Remember, steak sauce is not for steaks. It's eggs. Everything's nutrition. People talk about aminos, then I take arginine. L-arginine, some citrine sometimes if it's mixed in it. This breaks down NO3. It helps my circulation. It helps my body heal. I believe it also helps me with my cholesterol. A lot of benefits to taking that. There's a lot of other stuff out there that you're getting in regular foods anyway. At one time, I had the BCAAs, I had the arginine, the citrine, I had 6 or 7 different bottles I was taking every morning, and then I just started saying, what is really helping me? And the vitamins and minerals in the food is what's helping me. That's what's going to sit there and get me to my goals, get me where I want to be. Oh, yeah. So I got this going nice. I'll throw the mushrooms in for a minute or two. Then it'll be time for the eggs. I also keep what's called a food bucket. So my eggshells, my scraps, what I cut up, all go in here. Coffee grounds. So I got this Keurig that I bought, and I'm going to tan if you only want to make a cup of coffee, but it really kind of disappointed in it. My last one lasted 3 or 4 years or so to give me problems. So I went out and bought a $10 coffee maker, the 5-cupper, and the wife already prefers it. Kind of those funny things. Do you take anything during the workout? So just before the workout, I take 3 or 4 capsules of arginine. So it's about 2 to 3 times the dose they ask for, but it doesn't harm you. So that's what I take out during the workout. Sometimes I will have a pre-workout drink. Usually Bang. It's easy to get. It's got creatine in it. It's got CoQ10. It's got aminos. So when I think of it, I'll bring that with me and I'll drink that during the workout. As soon as I'm done with the work, and of course water. And as soon as I'm done with the workout, it's a protein shake. I don't care which one it is. The one at the Streeter Gym, they have the one that's got 0 calories. I chug that down. That gets me home. I eat. At Shoreward Fitness, I chug down with a pure protein, which Fairlife makes. And it's only got like 100 calories, but that gets me home. And then I eat. So I also have my own protein mix here. So sometimes at night, I'll sit there and get my sponsor from Click Nutrition. I'll shake me up a shake. A scoop with a glass of milk. It's probably about 40 grams of protein. And I'll have that before I go to bed. when I think of it, which I should do every time. So, a lot of times is you need to get yourself on a schedule. You need to remind yourself you got to keep working out because you'll start forgetting. Now it's time to pop the old eggs in there. Because I'm going to be eating multiple meals today, probably only going to pop 3 eggs in. Because I anticipate eating some tomato soup in about 2 hours. And probably tuna fish sandwich after that. So the eggs, these are cage free. I buy store-bought eggs too. I usually get them from my neighbor. But because of the cold weather, they're not laying enough eggs in the dough. And then get in the summer, I have 4 or 5 dozen of his eggs in the fridge at any given time. So it's kind of a feast or famine. I put fresh ground pepper over my eggs. Usually when I'm throwing all the extra stuff in there, I kind of stir them up. But a lot of times if I'm just doing bacon and eggs, I just do them over easy. But 3 eggs, there's 18 grams of protein with the eggs. I got about another 5 grams with the bacon. There's 23. The milk's going to give me another 20, so I'll have 43 grams of protein for breakfast. And generally, 50 grams is about all you can handle. Anything over 50 grams in a meal, you're probably just going to... What's the best tasting protein powder you've had? Oh, good question. I've had some that tasted really bad. So here, let me grab the one I have now. I'll be honest, I probably won this. So I got this ISO Prepped T0. So 1 scoop, 110 calories, 25 grams of protein. You got all your BCAAs, your amino acids. It's funny because they put arginine as a non-essential amino acid, and I would really argue that point. And this is in what flavor is it? Cookies and cream. All right, chocolate is usually my favorite. But cookies and cream, I could even stand vanilla. But I have had some bad protein powder, but hey, I was in the service, I could eat anything. So I'll be honest with you. I'm not eating them for taste. I'm just getting it down the stomach. Those ISO Pures taste like chalk. But, protein is protein. Milk. I don't know if you saw my question about milk. Let me scroll up. Did I miss that? Oh, okay. Yeah, Sam, sorry about that. Are you a big milk drinker? I am. I drink with protein shakes. I drink them with breakfast. I drink them with lunch. But what I did switch over to is the Fairlife milk. And here's the reason. Half the sugar, 13 grams of protein instead of 8 per serving, and no artificial ingredients. I don't know what the other artificial ingredients would be in the other ones, but if I got to put the dairy down the road, maybe. I don't know. We do have some tall kids here. But yes, I have a glass for breakfast. I have a glass for lunch. I have a glass for dinner. I go through at least a half gallon a day. If I'm drinking regular milk, because it's 8 grams, I'll drink about 3/4 of a gallon a day. Milk, eggs, tuna, meat, great sources of protein. The protein shakes are supplements. I don't consider them as a meal. I'll eat them, but I don't add them into my meal count. So I'm usually having an average 5 meals a day, sometimes 6. Protein is not counted as part of a meal. It's just counted as a supplement, just like everything else to add to it. I don't try to get all my vitamins out of the pills. I try to get them out of the food. But I take the vitamin pills just to make sure that I get my daily allowances. Because really, if you're missing on how much you're supposed to be eating, it's going to show. So here I got my breakfast, which is got to cool down a little bit. Then I'll sprinkle some steak sauce over that. Pour myself a nice glass of milk. And probably do a little bit more computer work, clean around the house a little bit more. Got some laundry to do. And it'll be time for probably a big bowl of tomato stew. Then after that, probably a quick sandwich before I head to the gym later on this afternoon. Yeah, the Fairlife, and like I said, there's similar brands out there. Usually half the sugar in the 13 grams is the key thing. I said to people, I drink almond milk for the protein. Yeah, almond milk's got 1 gram. All right, you're drinking water. If you like almond milk and because you're drinking because it's lactose intolerant, that's fine. If you're lactose intolerant, I think you can still drink this. So, milk does the body good. So I don't drink almond milk. I drink Fairlife, or I drink regular milk. It depends. Sometimes they don't have the Fairlife available, so I just got to grab the regular milk and know that I drink more of it. So I put the mushrooms in the brown paper bag. They last longer that way. Because if you're like me, a lot of times you open up the crisper and going, oh my God, look at all that stuff I got to get out. So totally calorie intake right now, what I'm aiming for is between 3,500 and 4,000 calories. That seems to be working for me. And how do you tell? Well, I'm maintaining my weight. So if I want to lose weight, I would cut my calorie intake down. If I want to gain weight, I'd increase it. And then you say, okay, well, if you're trying to lose weight and you're holding down, don't decrease your calories by 1,000. Decrease them by 200. And then give it a couple weeks to see what happens. Because you do need calories to fuel the body to actually get an appetite. So right now I'm figuring I'm doing between 3,500 and 4,000 calories a day, which is a little bit about twice in your normal daily allowance. But I lift heavily and I need to repair it. Do I have a little extra? I do, but it's winter time. It's a good time to have some extra insulation. You don't want to make any quick adjustments to your calorie intake. If you are losing weight and you don't want to lose weight, kick your calorie up to 200 calories. That's 2 more eggs. So if you're having 2 eggs for breakfast, have 4 and see what happens. And if you're still dropping weight, kick it up another 200 calories, until it gets to the point where you want it. But understand, I tell you to do it over 2 weeks because some days you are more active than others. You can't base it off a day. You can't base anything off a day. Too often people give up on something because they didn't get an immediate satisfaction. Weight training is not immediate satisfaction. Okay, it takes time. All right, people always say, "My God, how can you bench that much?" Well, I've been benching for 45 years. It did not come overnight, and now my thing is to maintain that level. Now, I'll be honest, to maintain the level or get a little better is taking more work. 15 years ago, but I put the work in. This is a decision I've made. Doesn't mean that you have to be a heavy lifter like me. You can go in there and you can do reps. You can go in there and do cardio. You can go in there and do yoga. You can go in there and do Pilates or whatever they're called. Just go in there and do something. Any activity is good. Walk somewhere instead of, riding. Don't park right close to the store. Park out there a ways so you've got to walk, you get a good walk in. I see people in Walmart, I'll see a lady that she's in her 80s and she's got the cart and she's walking around that whole store, just so she keeps walking. And then I'll see somebody in their 40s sitting on a damn cart and they can walk. They just don't want to. Well, now there are people those carts are needed for because, they have a condition that doesn't allow them to walk. But just because I'm too lazy, those are life choices. Sometimes you can't make the choice because of things that happen. But a lot of times it's a life choice. I choose to stay in shape. I took a couple years off, and one day I took a close look at me, and I was like, "What happened, John?" I used to have big shoulders, used to have a big chest, used to have a six-pack stomach, and all of a sudden the shoulders were gone, chest was gone, I had this big belly, and I'm like, what did I let happen? I didn't blame anybody else but me. And that day I started back into the lifting. I started back into the eating correctly. Not that I don't have my vices. I like to have beer, not all the time, but I like to have it. It's good stuff. I'll have dessert every now and then. I try to have it earlier in the day. If I make apple pie, I have it in the morning for breakfast, for my pre-breakfast. Things like that are those little things you can do to help yourself get in shape. Park far from the store so you have to walk. Use the stairs instead of the elevator. Instead of buying the ho-hos or Twinkies, buy something that's a little bit more nutritious. But you can't do it 24/7. Usually when I cut weight, I diet 5 days a week. And then you got to have a day where you just do what you need to do. Thank you very much. Awesome advice. Enjoy. Well, appreciate it, Shane. So a couple new things are going on. I'm getting some t-shirts designed. All right. If you notice, there's now a join button on there, so you can join. I think there's 3 levels: $2.99, $6.99, $24.99. What I'm going to like at is $2.99, get you all the merchandise availability. And then I'll be making, once I get bigger, I'll be making videos just for my subscribers. $6.99 is for also getting advice, especially if you're overseas. And then $24.99 is going to be for my locals. Those are the people that can meet me in the gym, and I can train them in the gym. So if you're in the UK, there's no need to do the $24.99 because I can't get to the gym. I wish I could, but we could do videos. But we can do that at $6.99. If you do $6.99 and you want help, we'll pop on a Facebook Messenger or Zoom or whatever, and we'll have some one-on-one discussions. I'll sit there and look at your nutrition. I'll look at your workout routine, and I'll work with you every month. $2.99. I'm going to get some t-shirts designed to help you like them, and we'll do that level. And I would appreciate any support. Any support I get is going to go towards the channel. It's going to go to better equipment or, investment back in the community and their gyms and that. It's nice when I go in the gym and I see new faces, and I see a lot of the both young and old getting involved and getting in shape. If you want to stay healthy, this is one of the best ways of doing it. But remember, nutrition and rest. Without those two, you're not going to get the results you get on the other ones. So everybody have a nice day. Please think about joining my membership. I would appreciate it. If you have any questions, shoot them over my email at scottishfitness@gmail.com. We do have a few people that do that. And hopefully, John, we can meet up on Saturday and get a workout in. And I get all these messages coming in, which I don't want. There, I'm typing in my email here, hopefully. There we go. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay nutritious, and remember, just get in the gym and lift. Thank you, everybody. Okay, here we go. Da-da-da.